So Fallout 3 got an update last month on PC to remove the Games for Live requirement, meaning for the first time in years I've been able to play the game that got me into the franchise. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. How did I get into the Fallout and what made me fall in love with it? So let's rewind our clocks back to 2009. I'm not sure what month specifically, but that's not really important. I was at my friend's house one day and he was playing Fallout 3. My first impression of the game was that it looked like shit. I think he was trying to fix the leaking pipes in Megaton, so I didn't really, know at first that this was an open world game. And then he told me a little bit more about how there's a whole wasteland out there and how you can make choices that actually affect the game. And then after hearing about how within the first hour of the game you could blow up an entire town, I was sold because that's the first time I'd ever really had a major choice in a video game. So as kids, we didn't have Xbox Live or Internet because we were both poor, but we had profiles on each other's Xboxes so that we could, play Modern Warfare 2 or whatever. So I asked my friend if I could, give Fallout 3 a try on my profile on his Xbox. He said yes, and I played about maybe an hour or two of it, just kind of, killing everyone in Megaton, blowing it up, exploring a little bit, and I was kind of just sold on it. I think maybe a month later, I was at Walmart with my mom, and I was looking at games and saw Fallout 3 for like $20, I think. So I asked my mom if I could get it. She said yes. I went home, played maybe the first hour or two, and then had to go to bed because I was a small child and I was still in school. But for the next few months, I played Fallout 3 religiously. Within a few hours of game time, it became one of my favorite franchises today. So what was it about Fallout 3 that I loved? Well, for starters, it was having the ability to make choices in game. This is my first RPG ever. The most choice I had prior to playing Fallout 3 was what my character looked like and what he could wear. I played a lot of San Andreas as a kid, but I never had any choice into what, CJ does. Fallout 3 gave me the wheel and let me do whatever I wanted for good or for bad. Now, my first playthrough of Fallout 3, I was incredibly evil. I killed, I pillaged, I raided entire settlements like I was Attila the Hun or something. It was cathartic in a way. I continued exploring the Capital Wasteland doing quests as I came across them, and slowly started to meet NPCs that I liked. Like Moira Brown for starters. At first I thought she was annoying with her, happy-go-lucky attitude, but then through dialogue, I saw that she had a heart of gold and wanted to help people in this godforsaken wasteland. She talks a lot about how the world has been destroyed and how everyone's been trying to put it back together like how it was, but sometimes you can't go back to how things were. Which to me is incredibly profound. This world is a wasteland, but you shouldn't give up the good fight. Speaking of the good fight, let's talk about another character, Three Dog. As you might know, he's the radio host of Galaxy News Radio, and as you go through the game, he will make comments on your choices. Which, to me, solidified that I could actually make a difference in this game. Now, I could go on and on about the various other characters in Fallout 3 that I like, but to sum it all up, I like meeting and hearing about all of these characters and their lives, some of which you can influence in a good or a bad way. So choice has always been a big thing to me, and has played a part in what I like about Fallout, but that's not what truly made me fall in love with Fallout. The Capital Wasteland is a harsh and unforgiving wasteland. There are destroyed buildings everywhere, nuclear waste scattered among the countryside, and don't even get me started on all the horrors that make up the creatures of Fallout. The creatures are as fascinating as they are horrifying. Deathclaws are giant lizards that will murder you with, you guessed it, their claws. Yao Guai are wolverines fused with bears, which sounds like evolution trying to make the most vicious creature it can make. But just like the characters, the creatures help make up the world of Fallout, and that's why I love the world of Fallout. Everything from the tone, characters, quests, weapons, and lore, I love. The world is so broken, yet there's still a sense of hope that maybe one day things won't be so grim. That maybe one day everyone will have the things that they need to survive. The world we knew might have ended, but humanity did not. I think since every government or anything that represents or played a part in the destruction of the old world is gone, that we finally have a chance to make things better. And I think we should make things better. I think given the choice between being the Messiah or the devil himself, I'm gonna choose to be the Messiah because I see the little bit of hope that there is in this world, and I can see how easily that can be extinguished. So I like to just take it upon myself to try and help the world flourish. Maybe things won't be able to, get back to things they were, but maybe there won't be as much suffering. It will take a long time for humanity to get to, I guess, a better state. But without people like, I guess, my playable character, or I guess if you're playing a good character, there won't really be, because, well, there's all types of creatures, there's all types of factions that are not exactly, the most humanitarian. A group like Caesar's Legion is not good for humanity. Slavery is not a good thing. I don't really care who you are or what your reason is for it. Slavery is not okay. It's not going to help humanity get better. It's only going to make it worse. And that's truly what I love about these games. I love being able to come into the wasteland and help the little bit of hope that there is flourish. Now, granted, I will always love playing like a complete sociopath. I love just doing horrible things that would probably violate the Geneva Convention, but since we are in the wasteland, that doesn't really apply. But yeah, I think that's kind of going to be it for this video. I hope I wasn't rambling too much. I kind of made a script as I was going and kind of tweaked it as I was going, so hopefully it isn't too bad, but let me know in the comments. But also, let me know how you got into the Fallout franchise. What was your first exposure to Fallout? Because I really do love hearing about people's experiences in all these fucking video games because, well, they give you a lot of choice, and also there's just so many different ways you can play. But yeah, as always, I hope you liked the video, and if you liked it, give it a like. A like is super important and can help me, keep going, because being a YouTuber is kind of a, it's not exactly always the most encouraging thing, But yeah, if you have never watched any of my videos prior to this, check out some of my other videos. I mostly just do modding, but I plan to do more Fallout content. I definitely do want to do some lore, but I'm trying to get my game to the point where I can, get the footage that I need to, make the lore videos. But hopefully those will be done at some point in the future. I don't know. But yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. So, yeah, I'll see you.